Okay, change of plan. Initially, I said I was going to go through the Expert Championship in Colin McRae Rally, but I have now decided that mentally, because I will have a lot to deal with in the upcoming weeks because of my third university year upcoming in the next few weeks, I figured it was easier for me to postpone that for now. Oh, and it's just auto-selected English. Okay, whatever. And I'm gonna head into something that I think will be a bit easier as well as shorter for me to get through. And that is this. Porsche Challenge. Published by Sony, and it was developed by a company called Team Soho, which, from the information I found out about them, the company itself was officially around from 1996, was officially around from 1994 up to 2004, when the company itself had officially rebranded to become Studio London, which is the nameplate that the brand itself has more or less maintained ever since. And since 2004, so ironically, the company itself is also not with us anymore, but they're known for doing quite a lot of games, if you can believe it. The most notable of the games I can think of them doing would probably have to be the SingStar games. But they've also done other games, such as iPet, iToy, and also, I guess, Horizon 2, I think. Oh yeah, there's also the Wonder Book games as well. I think the game just wants me to get a move on now. But anyway, yeah. As for the games that Team Soho was known for developing, well, the most notable of these I can think of would have to be the Getaway video games. The Getaway 1, which came out in 2002, and also Black Monday, and also the Getaway Black Monday, which came out on the PlayStation 2, ironically, in 2004. Other games it was known for producing were Spice World, This Is Football, Turboprop Racing, and NBA Shootout, as of which there are 2 games under that. And the other one I didn't mention was this, Porsche Challenge. So, first came out on the PlayStation 1 in April of 1997. It's the first and only installment. Of course, this game is also very much one of those exclusivity games which is based mainly on one car. And that one car, as you can see there, was, at the time, their newly developed Porsche Boxster, which is precisely what you can see on screen. And something else I should mention is, I have never officially done a playthrough of this game before. Well, I say that about most of the games I do, but I only tested this game out yesterday, and in all honesty, I could not really find any problems with it, so I think we should be Gucci in that department. So, it's a single player game, and these are the options. We get high scores, controllers, memory card, it's obviously how you save the game, sound, center screen, and we can also view the Porsche Boxster, which is something that I will get down to in a minute. So the three settings we have here are Championship, Practice, and Time Trial. These two are obviously so you can more or less get used to the tracks this game has. And if I also press on Practice, you will notice that we start off with 4 tracks initially. And these are the characters that we get. Basically all of them are driving the same car, they're just driving them with different colour schemes. So the characters we get to choose from are Dan, Rachel, Beats, Nikita, Marco, Takabo, I hope I said that right, and that's it. So we get to choose from any one of these 6 characters. It is also nice to say that they did give them a little personality as well, from what I could see. So there is that. Also get Time Trial. And these are basically the courses we get to start with. So we get Stuttgart, which is obviously where Porsche is based. The USA, that's mostly a highway and a fairground from what I can see, or a freeway. Japan, and Alpine as our 4 courses that we start with in the game. And we also get an option of choosing either arcade or simulation. I will obviously be showcasing simulation. And we also have 3 difficulties to choose from as well. We get easy, regular, and one that I actually find to be quite fascinating, evil. Basically, this is more or less a contribution to the easy, normal, hard difficulties that you normally see in video games, but I like how they called the hard difficulty evil, because it more or less tells you just how far realistically you're willing to push yourself. I will probably be doing all 3 difficulties. And from what I've managed to establish, at least from doing research on this game, I don't think this game will take me too long to go through. So I figured why not. So we get high scores for each of the tracks, and the same can also be said for the other ones as well. We have a total of 12 tracks we can go through in this game. I'd assume the difficulty is no doubt referred to the different circuit variants you get, presumably. I've only played this game once before, so I am still learning my way around this. And in terms of controllers, well, the reason why it says NA is because, well, for both acceleration and brakes, quite amazingly, this game does have analog compatibility. For a game itself that came out in 1997, and also before Gran Turismo no less, this game, quite surprisingly, has analog compatibility. Even though this game came out in 1997. Although then again, I suppose that was probably the year they officially instituted analog compatibility. So, acceleration and brakes, they are both automatically chosen once you put on the analog mode. Obviously, you know, going up and down on the right toggle stick. So, you know, there is that. Yeah, okay, anyway. So memory card, obviously load and save game. Sound, I don't think we're going to have too many problems with the music in this game. I don't think it's copyrighted from what I know. because this game was made in collaboration with Porsche, of course. And in terms of the CD player, these are the tracks we get. And from what I can see at least, I would say none of them are copyrighted. And we can also change our output as well between stereo and mono. I'm going to keep it on stereo because I can. And we can also move the center screen as well. I'm not going to faff about with that. I'm just going to get on with viewing the info video on the Porsche Boxster, more or less giving you everything you need to know about this game. So now we move on to the Boxster video. Okay, let's go.
The Porsche Boxster is a completely new car, from the first sketch to the last bolt. Its design is modern, but classic, emotional and dynamic, to give it an unmistakable Porsche identity. The mid-engine concept is realized with a 6-cylinder Boxster to provide lively driving and a maximum of everyday practicality.
And I wanted to be in that studio because I knew there were some new things going to be happening. When you think of something new, there's a tendency to lose the old. At Porsche, it's a bit different. Everything is new from the bottom up, but it carries on the tradition of rich sporting and racing history, that of one of purity and timelessness. When we finally got the go-ahead to do it, it was a car that everybody wanted. Every designer in the studio had this car in their mind. And one of a certain, sort of like a logical, it was like a logical step. It was the logical car for Porsche to build. It was a chance in a lifetime for me, and I was really enthusiastic about it. And it's not, I was one of the lucky ones to become a car designer. The childhood dream and have the opportunity to work on the new Boxster.
Okay, I think that should more or less give you everything you more or less need to know about the game without me having to go racing or anything. But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about the Team Soho developed Porsche Challenge PS1 game. And next time, we will be making a start with this game. So, on now to challenge the Porsches.